MC, my colleague ministers, Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Hussein Abdalbagi, Minister of Environment and Forestry, my sister Josephine Napon, Minister of Investment, Dr. Dian Matok, MPs who are here, among them Chairperson of Specialized Committee, our leader of community, White Community, Honorable Luala Chil, our Paramount Chief, Sultan Walamed, the representative of Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, who came to share with us this moment, Honorable Mary Akej, Bior, the technical advisor of the ministry, ambassadors that are here, Kwanyayo community, Patek and Patek. These are my uncles and they are all here. Community of Jebel Dinka, that is headed by Honorable Aguralich and one of Salatin Bitam represented by Deng Deng. Relatives, friends, neighbors, I greet you in the name of Jesus Christ. Today is a day of wiping our tears. Day yominu namsah demona. Before a week, almost a week, we lost our sister, Hon Albino Akol, and we lost her painfully. None forgetna bejat yani be alam shadid. Zay magalu akhwana, Honorable Peter Mariel, Badin, my brother Adaliyai, it was a painful loss for us. And I'm here to explain how did it happen, what support did we get, and our appreciation to those who supported us, and especially my dear colleagues, ministers who are here. Hon Albino Akol, the sister Al-Jai Bawarai, zay magalo fi sira zatia, the sister Al-Jai Bawarai, wa zay ma intu shuftu, she's still young. Her death, nanu nagulu betariktain. Tariqa al-awwal, the tariqa bitadinu nanu mu'minin, as being faithful, because nanu mu'minin binarif innu Rabbana jab zol u Rabbana bishilu u lazim ismu yatamajjad. Nial jaran bay kweran nyai u gachin real bugran dom te chinial ye chol. This is if we are faithful. This is why we concluding by saying, sabab bita wafa bita alwel, de malaria shadid, tala firas, sabab anemia, heart, wa ma قدر يتحمل الأدوية على ده. This is what we can say as faithful people. نحن مؤمنين بربنا يسوع المسيح. نحن بنقيف هناك بنقول إنه ربنا لو داير يشيل زول بيجد له سبب. فده سبب بتاع دينه الوالفات. لكن لو دايرين نقول نحن كإنسان كبشر كناس مثلا بنحب الوال وبنفتقدها إذا بقت ما فيش. وعشان كده أبونا عندنا نقول كلام الهونربل بيتر قالوا كنانو بشر, because it was very painful. عشان كده أنا بضيف بعض من التفاصيل as بشر. السبب بتاع الوفاة هي كان بتنخرط في صيام, what they call dry fasting for long, and it repeated itself. She was fasting every now and then. She fasted, and according to her belief, any sickness, people should not rush to hospital immediately. People have to pray to God, and God will heal everybody who believes. That was the belief she had. This is why whenever she got sick, the first thing she could do is to pray to God. And takes time until sometimes this disease heals, or I come as her brother to come and pick her to take her to hospital. So معناته إنه هي بتفتكر وبإيمان بتاعه إنه لو صلت المرض بتاعه تفوت. في المرة دي ده بالضبط حصل. الصيام أخذت جزء كبير من طاقتها ويمكن سبب له أنيميا, ويتأخرت في إنه تمشي مستشفى كالعادة. So كالعادة she was fasting, وكالعادة اتأخرت في إنه تمشي المستشفى until I came and took her. When I took her disease, it was too late by then, but we did not recognize, we did not see. We kept hoping that she will get better. So now ودينا مستشفى قريب هنا في قري. It was diagnosed as malaria and typhoid. She took medication. جاء أخذت medication عمل يومين. There was no improvement. We took her ahead تجاه بتاع low. She was also diagnosed as malaria and typhoid. Again, she took another medication, and maybe it was added on top on what she has already taken. And then she developed vomiting. يعني بقى خلاص جسم ضعيف, بقى تطرش, تاكل, تشرب, بتطرش. So I have decided by then that she must be admitted عشان يلقى شوية drip ويبقى جسمه قوي, and then she will receive medication. This is where we decided to take her to a hospital called Al Baraka. She spent 2 days, no improvement, but with the deterioration. ماشي بعدها إنه بقى تشعر بإنه الحاجة ده داري يخش في راس, بقى يحصل هلوسة, بقى تتكلم براو. Sometimes she cannot recognize people. Then we took her again to a hospital in Gudele, the new hospital. She spent 5 days. Again, the same malaria and typhoid was found. And then she took medication for 5 days, including quinine this time. This time, medicine were many. كل مرة بدي Adware, we do Adware. This is where we discover that her health is deteriorating. Until it was advised that we need to see Dr. Nafsani. Dr. Nafsani ausa inu gisum yakun kwais awal badak nasat kalam. It was taken to hospital again called Kush, New Kush. This is where she finally died. So we can say Abuna من الناحية الإنسانية بنقول إنه القتل أخوتنا ده ملاريا حادة وده لأنيميا وده بسبب الصيام المستمر الصيام الجاف وكمان بسبب الأدوية الزيادة ده كإنسان نحن بنقول عشان كده بيتر مريال جبيل قال لك كده. Now Abuna in the same في Matthew chapter 7 verse 1 طبعا it says we should not judge. Of course we should not judge كإنسان نحن ما ممكن نحكم على الناس because بنفس الطريقة أنت بتحكم ده أنت برضو بيحكموك. But in the same Matthew chapter 7 verse 15 it talks about false prophets. And it says they can be seen through their deeds. And that's de la Buna. I believe in our government institution. We have constitution, we have laws, we have strong institutions that can implement those laws to the expectations of people of South Sudan. There is no question about that. But when it happened this way, as Muatanin, this is why Peter said, Abuna, we need to check. Of course, he was not talking about the church we are now in front of it, but he was talking about that denomination. So of course, we call upon our institutions, of course, as the government, to check and cross-check those denominations. They must abide by law. They must go the same way it is described in our laws. And nobody can be allowed to preach without meeting those qualifications. In some countries, there is a certain level of qualification for you to preach. I agree with you, Abuna, that you have to know Bible so that you are not deceived. This is very true, but also we must not allow those who can actually deceive people to do such a thing. We are not here judging, but we are grieved, Abuna. We believe that our sister knows God. And this is why we call upon the Kanisa and all of you, while we are wiping our tears, to join our hands to pray together so that the soul of our sister is actually received by God. Of course, she's a human being and she can make mistakes. During this time, we face a lot of difficulties. When she was treated, when she was admitted, and when she died. When she died, it was a shock to us. To those who knows her, and Nasal Khan Biyago Dumao, Nasal Kanisa, Nasal Hai Hina, Nas على الويل ربع معهم في كل مستويات بتاعت الحياة بتاعه. It was a shock because we know that that was not the time she can die because ما في أي مرض نحن شايفينه. It was also a shock to our mother. Tingdit Ma, of course, she's the only one now taking care of us as family. Although she lost her eyes, but with her wisdom, she's still. While بالنسبة للmother, she was her eyes to see with. She was her ears يسمع به حاجات تانية. وبعدين they are زول اللي كان بلازمة في عيان بتاعه. Many of you knows that my mother for a long time has been sick. It is Alwell who always take care of her. With this loss, the most person that is now shocked is our mother. She was shocked since then, since she had this. But because of you all being with us along, من زمن المستشفى لحد ما هي توفت, she's now okay. Had it not because of your being around us, my mother would have developed مشاكل كتير because that's all I am. This is why I say we went through difficulties, but we got you around. When you were around us, a lot of efforts was exerted by relatives, and this is why I give them a special thanks. Nasbitai, starting from community, Kwanyayok, with all the leadership, Salatin Bitam, coming to our clan, up to Akhar Zol, direct Zol El Usra. They supported us. Our uncles, as I said, Panerda, I have two uncles, yes, from the same clan, Patek and Patek. Patek, the Nas and Mojudin in Northern Bargazal, Willis, they are Mumasilum, Uncle Ajak, Al Gabichoet Kalamda. Ubaden Patek, they are with us in Inliet. They are being represented by family of Adimadim. They have been in our support. Our friends from many directions, from lakes, let's say from Greater Bargazal, from Greater Equatoria, and from Greater Upper Nile, they have been with us. Their support was very great for us. And our colleagues, my colleagues in the government, and you can see them, my colleagues, ministers and deputy ministers, my colleagues, MPs, ambassadors, they have been around me. They have been supporting. They have been consoling us during the hospital and during the death time, including our neighbors, Nazal Mawjudin Maana Hina fi Jabalinga. And by the way, I really appreciate all of you, because if you didn't have that intention to come and visit us, you could have not come, because this is very, very far. Mahal bitana da bayit shadid, ila zul gas tashan yajini, yahu biyaqdar يتحمل مشقات الطريق من ما هو قاعد لحد ما يجي. في ناس أنا شايفهم هنا قاعدين في جumbo, لكن they have come. And this is why we are now care to make it very fast so that we allow you to go to your homes safely. Nas bidana hina bita Jabal Denka. The support I got is very great. Maybe I will just mention few, but of course, I got support from all of you. Your being here is a great support to us. بيبدأ من مكتب بتاع نائب رئيس ومكتب بتاع وزارة الشؤون الإنسانية، مكتب بتاع First Lady ماما أيان مياردي، أسرة بتاع أدم بعدين quite community leadership headed by Honorable Lualachil, plus others who are under his leadership. They came for my support. Vice President, I mean, for gender and youth cluster. My uncles, as I said, family, I really want to mention what Khalti, Adaliyai, for the support. وياو كان قاعد مع المرحومة في المستشفى ليل ونهار مع sister بتاعي الأصغر أقوال. These two fellows from the family عملوا اللازم عشان يقدر يساعدوا. My friends, as I said, there are many. جيران بتاعي كلهم قدموا alindum كلهم, and more importantly women النسوان اللي كانوا مساعرين من امبارح actually من يوم الوفاة يوم الخميس الفات. They have been with us. أنا بذكر منهم يعني 4 نسوان كبار كانوا ملازمين الحجة بتاعي، بينوموا معه بيتونسوا معه بيقيلوا معه. والنسوان التعبانين من امبارح they are trying to prepare for this occasion. I really thank you very much because انتوا ما قدرتوا تنوموا عشان تجهزوا للوكيشن ده. Nas security برضو I also give them thank, and as media of course. So everybody help us. This is why on behalf of the family I give you my appreciation and appreciation of the family, and I say thank you very much for your support in kind, in words, and it really means that you have really wiped our tears since then. ونحن بنتمنى لكم كل خير. وأنا ما بطيل حديث بتاعي because أنا كنت داير عشان نشرح الوضع because الوضع ده وضع بتاعدين نوريكم الحصل شنو ونحن المطلوب شنو. So أبونا نحن دايرنا تضع الحاجات دي في يدي ربنا عشان نقدر نساعد أخوتنا اللي انتقلت. ناس جبل دينكا أقول عليك أنا بشكرك شديد Honorable أقول عليك for your leadership. Today when I came this area it was uncertain that it could be a residential area. Maybe we were termed to be land grabbers, but with your leadership you managed to convince the local community until we got this area. Now we have documentations. So what we need from you, Honorable Agwar, is the activities of demarcation and opening the roads should be done with care because I'm victim of that process. That this road was open and I was told to demolish part of my house, but later on it was said it was wrongly directed. So أنا بشكرك على مجهودك وأنا يعني بشكركم جميعا. وأبونا أنا قلت كلام كمؤمنين as we agree with you But also Kainsan, I have to express what I had expressed. And of course, as I call for our institution of government to cross-check not only for faithful denominations, but for the work of our hospitals, because we need to monitor and regulate medicine use and medicine that are coming to country. Even the doctors that are serving, we need also to see regulate so that we don't witness this case. Now, one of my colleagues was advising me that you're supposed to open a case because there was overdosing. But I said, which law? And at the end of the day, what do I gain out of that? So these are the issues that we can raise, and I want to say thank you very much. And if I don't get a chance later on, Rabbana buwadikum fi ma'alatkum bekullu salama. Thank you very much.